Hey guys, Zombie here, and welcome back to another Among Us tips and tricks video. This tips and tricks video has been heavily requested, and it's on how to get away with kills as imposter, or how to win as imposter. Some of these might seem like common sense, but you'd be surprised at how often you see this in game. Before we get into it though, I was looking at the stats and noticed over 96% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please go down and subscribe right now. Also, go down in the description and join my Discord. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. As always, I'll have my mouse being captured so I can point at things. So, something that you'll see with some newer imposters, some people who are newer to the game, is they'll kill someone just kind of outright, where you'll notice more advanced imposters will go into and do a sabo. So if I'm going to kill someone over here in upper engine, which is already kind of secluded because it's all the way over here rather than near this hallway, which is more likely to be seen, and with some visibility issues, you might not actually see someone back here. So, but if he was like standing where I am right now, right over here, you definitely want to sabo over on the other side of the map. Usually I wouldn't do comms, I just do O2, pulling everyone to admin and O2 to the other side, or you can even do electrical to force people down there. The concept is to try to get people to the opposite side of the map from where your kill was. So if I'm going to kill someone in shields, I'll do reactor to get people to go to that side of the map. Some advanced crewmates might see through this, so if I'm in O2 and I see reactor go off, the first place I might go is actually to navigation to see if someone died here and they called the reactor, so everyone went to the other side. The reason you'd want to do it this way is there's a few reasons. One, they won't find the body as quickly if they're going to the opposite side of the map, which gives you a chance to not only get your kill cooldown back and get another kill in the same round, but it also allows you to buddy up with another person and have an alibi. Something you'll notice with some weaker imposters is no one's going to see them the whole round, and then they have no alibi, and it's really sus. Maybe they don't vote them out immediately, they just keep an eye on you, and then either you can't kill, or you get caught venting, or get caught killing someone. So it's important to try to stick with someone who will end up vouching for you, even if it uses some of your time. Time is extremely important because you don't want them to get their tasks done. If you can get the trust of someone so they'll vouch for you, it's monumental in being successful. You don't need it, but it helps a lot. Also, on each map, there's different rooms that are better to kill in, and I'll go over a few of them. For example, killing someone in comms is amazing on this map. Just don't call comms as a sabo, because you don't want to bring people to the body. So let's do that quickly. The same premise is if you kill someone on this side, you want to do like reactor to get them to the other side. You don't want to kill someone in reactor and do O2, and then later in the round call reactor, because you're just bringing people to the body, and they'll just call the body and not have to turn off the reactor. So you don't want to bring people to the area. So comms is good, just don't call comms. Navigation is good, but a lot of people will check there because of how good it is to kill someone. Especially if the reactor goes off, people might check navigation shortly thereafter. Deep in medbay, because there's no real reason. There's two tasks here, the scanner and the vials, which a lot of people wouldn't come down here. So those are some of the best places to get kills. I mean, maybe electric, but the problem is there's so many tasks there, and someone's likely to go in there. Plus, your other imposter might call lights and then bring someone to the body, which you wouldn't want to have that happen either. I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to move on to a new map so I can show you the rooms on those maps while I go into some more tips also. Alright, so here we are on Mira HQ. This is, in my opinion, the most complicated map, especially as imposter. Sure, there's a lot of vents, but you have a problem with alibi if you don't use them correctly. Because if you could just stay in the vent the whole round and just move around and try to find someone isolated to kill, then jump back in the vent, no one's going to know where you were, and when you make up an alibi, you might say you were somewhere and someone was there the entire round and then they know it's you. So you have to be careful with the vents. But for example, if I kill someone in balcony, most times I'll set off reactor, sometimes I would set off O2 or lights, but usually reactor because it forces people all the way over here. If I kill someone in launch pad, usually you don't even really need a sabo. The only one you shouldn't do is O2, because it brings people right here, and if anyone has a task at Launchpad, they'll follow it through and just come over here and find the body. It's all really about delaying the crewmates from finding your bodies so you can get multiple kills in a round, which is huge. You can make a lot of progress very quickly and potentially win within a few rounds if you and your other imposter are able to get multiple kills. Just a general tip, not going off of any specific map. When you play as crewmate, you'll act a certain way, and when you play as imposter, you want to act as closely to how you act as crewmate as you can. For example, when I'm crewmate, I call it IGL, in-game leader. I'm someone who talks a lot. I like to figure out where people were, ask questions, really like almost control the conversation. I'm sure if you think about your group, you'll know the person who likes to do that with a few people who like to do that. I might actually make a video on the different types of people in Among Us. I think it might be funny, the different types of players. But I used to talk a lot in meetings as crewmate, but when I was imposter, I'd be very quiet. So people started to realize that if I wasn't talking a lot, I was either pissed off, which happens, or I was imposter. So regardless, they just vote me out because it's so unlike me to be quiet. So you have to know your own play style and then act as similarly as you can. So if you're someone who talks a lot as crewmate, you're gonna have to talk a lot as imposter. If you're someone who doesn't talk a lot as crewmate, you have to not talk a lot as imposter. You want to be as similar to crewmate as you possibly can. You don't want to change your play style in terms of your speaking at all. And that'll make it harder for the crewmates to figure out that you're imposter. Another big thing is to go to your fake tasks. These are the tasks you would have had if you were imposter. So if you go to them, it's not sus, because that's what the game would have given you. Because there's a lot of requests for it in my Discord and on comments on videos about the common task, especially the keyhole task on Polis, I will make a video on that in the near future also. I'll go more into it with that video in terms of common tasks, but just as a general rule of thumb, doing your fake tasks, because I'm imposter right now, I have my fake tasks, and it'll show you where your fake tasks are. And those are good ones to fake. Sure, I can go and fake the computer, the upload. You can fake really whatever you want, but you have to be careful to try to not fake the same task twice and to not do a part 2 of a task without doing part 1. So for example, I wouldn't want to go do the plants without doing the watering can, because the watering can has to be first. So that's just another general thing. Another decent strat on Mira, in my opinion, as imposter, is to kill someone really wherever, and right before you do, you activate lights. And then you kill them, and you jump into a vent, and you go straight to office. So I think I showed this in another video, so you sabo lights, kill them, and then you try to get there as quickly as you can. And if you're the first one here, then you just do it, and then people will probably walk in as you're walking out. They'll see that you did it. And then you just go about the round as usual. Maybe you come up and, you fake this, whatever. You see if anyone's in here. But, of course, there's going to be a lot of people in the area because people just all came here. So you wouldn't want to kill anyway because this is a very hot area after you set off lights. So you wouldn't want to kill, but you just kind of blend in, do whatever. Maybe stick with someone. Try to get them to vouch for you. And I guess that leads into another tip of if I set off reactor right now, and everyone goes over here, I wouldn't want to kill someone in locker room or just outside decontamination, as everyone's going to be coming back through shortly afterwards, and then they'll find the body, and you don't want them to find the body. The less meetings you're at, the better chance you have. That's a good way to think about it. Alright, we're going to move over to Polis, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so here we are on Polis. And if we look, we have our reactor, which is up here and up here. We have our lights here and comms here. So really, any kill, Specimen's a little bit dangerous with no vents, but if you kill someone in admin, you can really set off anything, lights or react, doesn't really matter. Or even comms, but most people don't. I know some people do. People in the comments were telling me they like to sabo comms. I really have never seen it, though, with the people I've played with. So it's, similar. Admin's decent. Outside decontamination here and here are decent because then you have vents. There's a vent here in admin. And there's a vent over here underneath this door symbol in the bathroom near lab and med scan. Bottom O2, like the room with the water jugs, is good. Most of O2 is fine. You might want to do reactor to pump to the upper part so they don't come over here quickly. But I feel like on this map, people are more likely to find the bodies because it's smaller, has a lot of ways around. I guess Skeld, you could argue the same thing. But this one, there's not too much to talk about. There's only a few Sabo options, so there's only a few ways, a few like admins on the opposite side of electrical and reactor. Specimen is good if no one's coming, but you have no way of venting away, so you might run past someone who goes and sees the body, which is why Specimen's actually very dangerous to kill someone. If you're an imposter, killing someone in Specimen can be very dangerous. Because if someone sees you go there from either side and then goes after you, or when you're exiting, if someone comes, so let's say I kill someone, I'm going up towards medbay, and someone's coming down, my kill's on cooldown, they're gonna find the body, and it's gonna look really bad. So Specimen's dangerous, but you could. If no one's coming, which you have no real way of knowing, but whatever. Admin's good, because you have vents. You have a vent here that brings you to here. Over in, outside of decon, same thing. Outside of decon, you have your vent here, brings you out. Killing people over at left reactor isn't bad. A lot of good crewmates will, who like, deactivate the reactor on the right side, will, after it's turned off, will go to the left side and check it to see if anyone died. Potentially, if only one person does that, you can actually kill the person who came to check if anyone died, but sometimes they come as a pair. Just something to keep in mind there. Wasn't a lot of moving around in this video, but there was quite a bit of content and quite a bit of tips and tricks for imposter. If these tips and tricks help you out, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video for the YouTube algorithm. Also leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, that's going to be it for me for now. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in another video. And until then, see you soon.